مسك ببعض داف كوف سمخ تير عمورة 5 lines down أمار مور حوت ما أحريوت شبو. Someone lost their document that they had that recorded the sale. You can replace it, but you don't write down the guarantee that he had, the lien that he had. ما يتعمى why ما راح سفر اللي فيش إن كنت فين شنيش you can't write two documents, or there shouldn't be two exact documents in existence that have guarantees on it for a single field. Why? ثم عزيل بعض الحوض. Maybe the guy who of the guy who's the seller owes money to somebody. Tarif lahai, he'll grab this field from him, from the buyer that he had sold it to as payment. Then the buyer will go, he'll bring one of the documents, and he'll use it to collect it from someone else who buys it. Then the guy could tell the creditor, leave me, let me have my field for a few more years so I could work on it. Then he'll come and use the second document to repossess it again. And then he'll take out the second document. And he could still use it again and again. Therefore, we could see that the buyer could use a double document with double guarantees more than once to grab it illegally. Therefore, we don't want two deeds with guarantees. Once the court tears up the creditor's document that recorded the loan when he took the buyer's field the first time, how can he grab it a second time if the loan got ripped up? Where it says, if you hate him, maybe you might say, maybe Betin did not rip it up. Va'amar Rav Nachman Rahman says, Kol tirfa, we're going to give you a few halachot, but we're going to focus on one afterward. Any warrant that was used to collect the property, the locative that did not write on it, we tore up the creditor's loan document, lav tirfahi, you cannot use it as a warrant document. Any repossession warrant, a repo. Look, Tibet is not written Quran the Tirifah that we tore up the collection warrant. You can't use it as a repossession warrant. Shuma, any appraisal document. Look, Tibet is not written Quran the Darachta that we tore up the repossession warrant. Lav Shuma is not a good appraisal document. So we see from here, we're trying to extract from here that the creditor can't take the property again unless the document that recorded the loan was already ripped. And therefore, you wouldn't be able to bring this document again, even if you had a copy. Where it says, maybe you don't want to, because maybe the guy is going to come and repossess through his father. Meaning, I didn't sell you the field. The seller stole the land from my father, and therefore I could get it twice. I could, from two different people. One guy took it from my father, one guy took it from me. He'll make believe it's two separate items. That's why we don't want two documents. Why do you have to tell the buyer? Why does the buyer have to tell the guy? Why do we say before that? Oh, the guy said, "Oh, leave me here for a few years," and then he'll do that. He'll do that trick again if he needs a few years. Why doesn't he? Why doesn't he do it consecutively within a week, for example? Let one guy grab it back with one document, and then repeat that in the week next week. Why do you give time in between? Gemara says something pretty funny. If he would do that, there'll be a lot of litigants going around because he has a lot of court cases. With each case, it would be pretty easy to get caught because Bedin would or Bedin or the litigants would catch up with each other and realize something's wrong. The meme of the Spider-Man guys pointing at each other like, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" They're here for the same thing in two different documents. They realize the scam. Therefore, he wants to space it out so he doesn't get caught. Okay. So we can't do two documents with guarantees. Let's do the following. Write a good document with a guarantee and then write on it. Write a receipt for the seller that says, any documents that are written for this property are now considered pasul. Lebar except the new fresh document that we created yesterday, and therefore any other document with pasul. Gemara says, the reason is, as we said earlier, we don't write receipts before things happen. Amar Lehu, he says, okay, sounds like in general we do write a receipt. The reason why we don't write a receipt over here is because he might repossess the field. Over here, if we're worried about the guy grabbing twice with the two documents, over here, if that receipt were to knock out the other document, it would solve your problem. So how come we don't do it? So but then therefore the purchasers will not go back to the land, and the receipt will stop the guy the second documents. How come that doesn't work? The Rashi has two answers. Either because during that time Yes, he might get caught by producing two different documents, and the second receipt will knock out his one document. But in the meantime, he'll be able to eat the fruits of the field, and the guy will lose money. Or different answer, different answer. We're talking about a case where the guy bought the field out of guarantee. So since it wasn't guaranteed, he won't go back to the guy who sold it to him for a loss, and he won't get caught with the receipt. So therefore, that's how he would avoid getting caught. Yeah, if that's the case that the receipt doesn't protect him. How come we don't? How come we don't? Why don't we not rely on? We shouldn't rely on receipts regarding loan documents either, because maybe he collected it illegally. Where it says, Atam the Masik. Over there, the guy is trying to extract money. Amri, the guy will tell him, Paise Baal Chol Bezuze. The borrower probably already paid him back with money. And therefore, when he knows that the guy wants to get paid back his loan, and therefore before he'll give back the field, he'll try to first ask the borrower if he paid off the loan. And if there's a receipt, he'll find out. But over here, in the cases of a land, it's easier to find out about the receipt will come to light because the demand masik arab because he's not going to ask for cash because he wants the real estate, and therefore they won't become aware of the receipt. Amar mor. Hachi Amar mor. Amar Nachman. Sorry, I said Lena. We said that you write everything except for the guarantee. We don't put double guarantee. This document is not to be used for collecting from the seller's property, whether it's liened or unliened property. Whatever he has there, that's what he can take. Sounds like from here that if, let's say, the guy did not write a document that there is no guarantee, right? If the guy did not write, there's a guarantee. The sofer did not write, there's a guarantee. Sounds like it's automatic error. Because we see from here that the only reason why you can write it is because it specifically has a guarantee in it. It sounds like if there's no guarantee written in it, even if there's um, no guarantee written in it, you can collect because we assume the guy forgot to write it. Gemara says no. No, really, just because the guy doesn't write it does not mean it's a proof. We're not proving from here that it must be that if you don't write guarantee, it's automatically guaranteed. If you don't write no guarantee, it doesn't mean there's guarantee, but rather, what's the Gemara saying? What does it mean? The Gemara says that you were excluding the guarantee. It doesn't mean you have to write that. Rather, we don't write the guarantee, right? So in short, we said the fact that you have to write there's no guarantee sounds like if you don't write anything, there is a guarantee, and we assume the guy made a mistake. Gemara says no, not like that. When we say that you're not writing a guarantee, it means you physically don't write it, and that's why there's no guarantee involved. Amen. Amen.